Welcome everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring as we have a lot of news going on. First, the SEC accepts BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. So now it's going to go under regulatory review. So that's the first step to getting that approved. We've got Brad Garlinghouse, who came out and spoke about the XRP versus SEC decision for retail investors at least, and how it signaled a victory for that, as it's not a security if you're buying me or you, or retail security or retail investors. It could be deemed a security with institutional investors, but that's something that's going to be hashed out over the next several months or even maybe several years. So we've got that. We got the BlackRock ETF, and then we've got the XRP price sitting at 723 approximately. We were able to hold our support last night. As I shown yesterday, in the 30-minute time frame, it's easier to see, and I'll show it in the charts. It looks like a descending triangle has formed, and we have down to about the 0.658 level. Should be our best opportunity to have a parabolic spike. Even where we've held now, we don't necessarily need to go down any farther, but that seems to be an area of concern if we were to break down any farther. Or the 613 level, which was the breakout of the broadening wedge. That could also be a level where we do start to gain a little bit of support, but I prefer to stay above that 658 level and then continue working out of the descending triangle. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics. And I have said yesterday, I'll continue saying, my XRP is not for sale in 2023 under no condition, period. So we're going to let this play out into 2025 and ultimately 2028. So we've got several years that we can continue to accumulate if levels were to come down. My plan is 20% below 346, where I bought my tokens on average. That's where I would buy my first 20% more if it was 20% lower. And then it's like that. That's my formula I use. So make sure you hit that like button. Give YouTube a reason to push me through the analytics. And before I play this clip, I decided to use it off of Crypto Solo Scrooge's page so I could show every single person his page. He's got 474 subscribers. He is a very loyal member of this community for several years. So I'd like to thank Crypto Solo Scrooge for this clip. I could have used it from Bloomberg, but I prefer to use it on Crypto Solo Scrooge pages so that you guys can see his page. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please show some support to our fellow brother.
In some ways, it's ironic. The mission statement of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is to protect investors. They went after Ripple, suggesting that, all kinds of things, everything we were doing was selling an unregistered security. And the judge really very clearly said, sales through exchanges, not a security. When it's used for compensation, not a security. When it's used for incentives around the overall XRP ecosystem, not a security. So, we have already moved a lot of our activity, and frankly, 95% of our customers are non-US. So a lot of our activity has been outside the U.S. jurisdiction because that's where our customer demand is. But I think that's where the U.S. is losing. And I think what the SEC has been trying to do is to put power and politics over what is really just sound policy and providing clear rules of the road such that entrepreneurs and investors can participate in this amazing new market around crypto and blockchain technologies.
So this is still a legal process playing out. I think people watching, an SEC appeal process, what that looks like. What does it mean for your company in your business in the interim?
Look, as a matter of law, the law of the land right now is that XRP is not a security. And until there is an opportunity for the SEC to file an appeal, which would take years, and frankly, we're very optimistic that if they were to file an appeal, we think that only further solidifies the decision this judge made. Because, look, as a matter of law, as a matter of the facts, and really as a matter of looking back in the history here, for the SEC, really, it's overreach to suggest, as the chair has said many times, that basically everything in the crypto space is a security. Well, we now have a judge very clearly saying that is just not true, and very clearly saying XRP is not a security on exchanges and all these different use cases, which I think helps the whole industry for sure. So this is a win for Ripple. It's also a win for the entire crypto industry, and I think that's why you saw the crypto industry react so positively over the last 24 hours.
Good morning, 9:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, July 15th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we're going to be celebrating my son's birthday today. We're going to have a birthday party. I wanted to do this update to start the morning right. Get into some XRP and Bitcoin chart after we read this. But this is the news that's been breaking a little bit this morning. We covered this yesterday. We covered this. Make sure you watch the video from last night where we talked about Binance. As I get your stuff off of Binance, it's just that simple. So the SEC accepts BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF application, signaling regulatory review. I'll play this 2 minutes and 30 seconds at the very end of this update. But first things first, let's get into the charts. XRP is having a little bit of a rebound here, up to 72.37, up 0.71%. From where we bought into our position as we broke outside of this little pattern formation. But I think we might be able to make this look a little bit better because we have a little bit more evidence here of what's transpiring. So I think it might be a little bit better if we do it like that. I think that would be the proper way. It's very hard, though, to distinguish which way this is going. Either way, though, despite what we decide to do here, that bottom support at 65.88, I think this is better, though, this little channel that's formed. We need to break above this, or we have the chance of coming down to 658. That's the best opportunity to break out. Although, now that I look at it, the 613 might be a better opportunity. That's the breakout point of the broadening wedge. That would be a retest of the breakout of the broadening wedge. And then if we had the support there, either there or 658. I feel more comfortable at 658. But now looking at it with the 200-day way down there, it's possible that if we were to have a bigger correction, we could come back down to the broadening wedge. I don't want to see us come back to the double top at 585, period. At worst case scenario, I would like to see us hold the 613 consolidation at that broadening wedge breakout. Or more comfortably, if this falling channel, as it kind of looks like now, could get us down to 658 for the first tier. Now, in order for us to break out on this thinly traded weekend, we need to get back above that 74 cent mark right now and ultimately push to 797. Push over that, and then we can start to play out back towards, there's 85, actually, I don't like 797. 787, roughly, we'll keep it there, is where it's at, and then 85 cents. Those are the two major resistance supports. Those are the two levels we tried to hold on the way down, and we failed. So now, as we know, on the way back up, we would have to break back over. So that's what I'm seeing. We don't have a huge surge of volume on the breakdown, but we do have small volume on this tick up. So this could be a bear flag forming. It really could in the immediate short term. So we'll see the technical target on a breakdown here. Very well could bring you, just in the short term, back to the bottom here. So basically you'd have a move down to either here, 65.88, or down to the bottom of the broadening wedge breakout. So that would be the first hit of support on the broadening wedge since the breakout, right around the 613 area. So that's what we're looking at for XRP, nothing more, nothing less, no reason to confuse yourself. And as I stated before, my XRP is not for sale in 2023 under any circumstances. I didn't sell out in 2021 at $1.66 and wait a year and a half to buy it back at sub 30 cents and an average of 34.6 just to sell it out on the first minor pump. It was beautiful to see a 90% pump and now over 70% up after the correction. But this isn't the objective for me when I bought XRP. We're not even close to the objective. So this is standard operating procedure. The only thing I keep hearing across the markets is take profit, take profit. No, you're not. This isn't 2021. You're only taking profit if you're done. Right now, if you bought where I bought, we're up 108% plus. So we've over one bagged it. Even with the correction, we're still up 108%. So let them say what they will. But it is under my understanding of what I want to do with the tax law. I'm not paying 35%. So basically right now on $4,000 in profit, I would have to pay 35%. 35% of $4,000, ladies and gentlemen. So you look at 50% would be $2,000. So you're talking about $1,700 roughly in taxes, which means out of my $4,000 gain, I'd be able to net $2,300, which I'm not looking to just net that much. If I wait after 1 year of holding crypto, the short-term capital gains inside of a year trading it or selling it after owning it, 35% crypto tax. It doesn't matter how much you made, doesn't matter how little it was, doesn't matter your income bracket like other stock market stocks. Crypto has its own regulatory action, and if you keep it for over a year, it goes down to 15%. So instead of paying $1,700 in taxes, now you're talking about cutting that in half. more than half. You'd be paying about $600 to $700 in taxes. Then you would be able to keep your $3,300. So that's my logic and philosophy. And then Bitcoin, 30,339. It's pretty flat. We're still over the 30,000 support, but we did break outside of that ascending or the symmetrical triangle pattern. And we've talked about this. If we get a rejection at 30,000, roughly, we'll say 530. This could give us this scenario to come all the way down to 25,000. But the first area of support at the bottom of this channel would be 28,300 roughly. And if I was a betting man, I would say this bear flag that formed, if it does stay true, when we get that proper rejection, I would almost dare say that this is going to come right down to that 28,500, or at least close to it. Yeah, maybe not all the way. This would get you down to roughly 29,182. So that would be the breakdown target on this little bear flag if we do get rejected on the broken symmetrical triangle to the downside. So we'll put that in there just in case. So 29,182 if this plays true. We had a fake out to the top side. As long as we don't lose 30,000, this can still break up. But right now we're looking a little more bearish than bullish. So if we break up, still the technical target's 35.54. If we break down, the first target's 29,182 on a proper rejection here. And then the overall target's back down to 25,194, as you would have to fulfill the move that wasn't to the top side, to the bottom side. So please pay attention to what's happening. If you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army. It's in the video description below and or pinned comments. I don't do paid promotions, paid advertising, or paid sponsorships of any kind. So if you want to show your appreciation for all the time I put in and the fact that I haven't missed a day since I started in March of 2021, and that I speak transparently of what I do, what I believe, and not what anybody else says, you can consider joining Tom's Army. That would be a great gift to me. If you want to join FEMX to trade XRP in the USA with no KYC or VPN necessary, you can look in the video description below and or pinned comments. And until July 24th, you can use a Visa card or MasterCard for only 0.9% interest, but you would have to do KYC for that so that they would know who you are, obviously. So that's what it is. If you're not KYC and you're just signing from one exchange and signing back off, you can send $50,000 a day. So I want to finish with this. The SEC accepts BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF application, signaling regulatory review. And remember, positivity over negativity. We're not playing the victim. We're winners here. And winners make winning plays and winning decisions in the most stressful of times. And we're learning that the hard way right now. So I'm going to play this so that I don't have to talk.
SEC accepts BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF application, signaling regulatory review. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has accepted BlackRock's application for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, following its acknowledgement of a similar application by Bitwise the day before. The SEC's acknowledgement indicates the commencement of the official review process for BlackRock's ETF proposal. While it is an initial step in a lengthy regulatory journey, it holds great importance for the Bitcoin community. The SEC's readiness to explore the idea of a Bitcoin ETF and assess its potential market effects is evident from this acknowledgement. ETFs are investment funds that typically follow specific indices and are commonly traded on exchanges. In the realm of cryptocurrencies, a fund that mirrors the value of one or multiple digital tokens and comprises a variety of cryptocurrencies is known as a cryptocurrency ETF. On Friday, July 14th, the regulator announced that it is also in the process of reviewing applications for various funds, including Wise Origin Bitcoin Trust, Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Trust, VanEck Bitcoin Trust and Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF. This move demonstrates the company's recognition of the growing demand for regulated Bitcoin investment vehicles and their desire to cater to the needs of their clients. BlackRock Incorporated's entry into the spot Bitcoin ETF race is significant due to its stature in the financial industry. In the filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF by asset manager BlackRock, an agreement for surveillance sharing was included, partnering with cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. The company's decision to pursue a Bitcoin ETF highlights the growing acceptance and recognition of cryptocurrencies within the traditional financial sector. Related crypto will transcend international currencies, BlackRock CEO. The competition among companies vying to be the first to launch a Bitcoin ETF in the United States is a positive development for the crypto industry. With multiple filings, the chances of success are heightened, as diverse approaches and proposals enable the SEC to assess different strategies and address any potential concerns. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have been denied since 2017 by the SEC. In Canada, however, the financial product is already available. 3 significant funds, Purpose Bitcoin, 3 Coin Shares and C Galaxy Bitcoin, are all directly invested in spot Bitcoin. Magazine, SEC calls ETF